Welcome to Coffee Talk. I am your host, Mashuma Saba, M. Saba, and this is our Cultural Variety Podcast. Stay tuned. Peace. Welcome to Coffee Talk Podcast, the Cultural Variety Podcast show. Welcome to the Grown Folks Social Hour. That's right. And I am your host, Mashuma Saba, M. Saba. And this is the show that brings you the flavor. Coffee Talk Podcast. Welcome, everyone. I must admit that the last few episodes, man, when I start my intro, it's been having some type of lag. And I know you might not be seeing it on your end, but I'm seeing it on my end. You know what I mean? So I'm a little frustrated with that, and I need to figure out what's going on with that. But other than that, I'm happy to be here. Tonight is February 24th, 2024. February 24th, 2024, knocking at your door. Getting ready to open the door and go on out the way as we get ready for March. Man, time is moving quick, ain't it? But I want to say this, man. I'm happy to be here on this Saturday night. We are back. It is Coffee Talk Podcast, the Grown Folks Social Hour, where we like to just talk about any and everything that comes to mind, you know, entertainment, relationships, whatever, man. We just going to dive in tonight and have us a good time. If this is your first time tuning into our show, I want you to know that we never start the show without giving you the wise words as well as today's flavor. And let's just go ahead and jump right in it. But before we do that, man, go ahead and leave a 5 in the comment section. Let me know that you're having a wonderful, outstanding day. You know what I'm saying? Drop a 4 in the comment section if your day is going real good. Drop a 3 if your day is okay and you okay. You know what I'm saying? And you okay. So that's what really counts. And drop a 2. Drop a 2 if you had a bad day, but you're not giving up. Never give up. Drop a 2 in the comments if you're having a bad day. Never give up. You know what I mean? And and drop a 1 in the comments if you're just having a bad day. Please make sure to hit our DMs or whatever. We will reach out to you. We definitely would be an ear to listen to and a shoulder to lean on, man. But other than that, welcome to Coffee Talk Podcast. Well, you know how we do it, man. It's Saturday. And let's just have some fun tonight, man. So let's go ahead and dive right on in it, shall we? Tonight's flavor. I hope you got your flavor. I got mine. Let me show you. Boom, boom, and boom, 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 boom. Yeah, you know what it is. I got the 9% wine coolers, I should say. I got the 9% wine coolers. Y'all laughing at me? Come on,
Wine coolers. Shit, I need some Hennessy in that motherfucker.
I get it. I understand, man. Hey, every now and then, I've always been a social drinker, not no real heavy drinker, but every now and then I would indulge, have me a Don Julio or something like that, you know. But I'm real, where I'm at right now on my level of life, man, I'm really simple, man. You know what I mean? I enjoy my trees, you know what I mean? But I like to have wine coolers and wines. Just something real simple. I don't like to go about having, my head throbbing, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So I'm not a young pup no more, nor do I want to be, you know what I mean? With age comes wisdom. All right, but yeah, tonight's flavor again for me, it's a 9% wine cooler, a little bit of to put in the air, and that's what it do. Why? Because with a wine cooler and a blunt, it gives you a nice, positive, cool chill about the evening. You know what I mean? It just makes everything real smooth, and so that's why I'm going with something nice and chill, nice wine cooler, in a nice positive evening. You know how to do that in there, positive evening. Yeah, you have to say that now because no matter where you at or where you go, so many people are conditioned to believing that bullshit is the norm or negative energy is the norm. That it can get casted on you. That's all I'm saying. But whatever you drinking on tonight, man, go ahead and leave that in the comments. Let me know what you're drinking on. Leave that in the comments for us. We'd definitely like to know what the flavor is with you. Whatever you sipping on, whether that is water, wine, a smoothie, a beer, a cappuccino, a latte, whatever that may be. Just go ahead and leave that in the comments. Let us know you're with us here at Coffee Talk Podcast. All right, moving right along. Moving right along. Tonight is our wise words. Again, we never start the show without giving you its wise words. Wise words are affirmations that we like to give to our viewers and our supporters that's watching the show. I love them. I learn from them. And I know you do too. So that's why we keep it going. You know what I mean? To hear something very inspirational. So tonight's wise words comes from a woman that was born April 4th, 1928, straight out of St. Louis, Missouri. We done quoted some of her wise words in the past. Uh, our 2 years doing podcasting now. She was a poet. She is also a civil rights activist. She also appeared in a few movies as well. She's like one of the greatest poets uh, of our culture. You know what I mean? One of the greatest poets of our culture, and that says a lot because we have a lot of great minds. You know what I mean? But again, this woman, born in St. Louis, Missouri, April 4th, 1928, goes by the name of Maya Angelou. That's right, Maya Angelou. Yeah, Maya Angelou was born April 4th, 1928. She went to the Essence May 28th, 2014. So let's give a round of applause for Maya Angelou as we get ready to quote her wise words. All right, let's dive on in. Maya Angelou once said, "You may encounter many defeats, but you must not be defeated. In fact, it may be necessary to encounter the defeats so you can know who you are, what you can rise from, and how you can still come out of it." Those are the words of Maya Angelou. No doubt, no doubt. Isn't that inspiring? What do you take from that? You notice how Maya has stated that even though you may go through some defeats, your defeats basically are learning lessons. You know what I mean? Don't always look at it from a negative point of view. You know, she said, in fact, it may be necessary to encounter the defeats so you can know who you are. I tell people over and over and again, you must have knowledge of yourself. Without that, how do you know where you're going? So it's always important that you revisit your past as well as your present and your future. It's unfortunate that some of our people be like, man, forget that shit in the past. But where you going then? You say forget all that shit in the past until they start mentioning reparations, then you want to come around thinking that you might get some money, right? But that's a great um, statement there by Miss Maya Angelou in the wise words this evening. All right, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. Again, this is Saturday Night Grown Folks Social Hour. If you want to tune on in, come on, let us know. Hit us in the comments. We'd love to bring you in as a guest. If you want to just stop by and say what's up, you know what I mean? We are here. But let's go ahead and jump right into our topics. So last night I was at a bar, man. No need to mention the bar's names or none of that, because none of the stuff I talk about is personal or ill intended. But I do like to use things as content, and I like to give my thoughts on it. Is it okay to still give your thoughts, people?
My opinion.
You know what I mean? So I'm at the bar last night, and by the way, I ran into two beautiful women last night that I've been knowing for like 30 some odd years. You know what I mean? And so we all just sitting there congregating at the bar right there. I'm sipping on some red wine. The ladies are sipping on something a little bit more ruthless. I believe it was some tequila or something else. You know what I'm saying? But the whole vibe was dope. You know what I mean? We was having a great conversation, and I loved it. I love great dialogue. You know what I mean? I love to just hear people and hear how they think, how they move. You know what I mean? I just love to learn from people. So we was having some great dialogue last night, and me being my observant self, I noticed the two ladies. Out of the two ladies, one of the ladies was constantly talking about where she's from. Um, as she kept saying that, I didn't know if she was playing, and maybe she was. But even sometimes when people play, it's not even funny. But she kept talking about, she's from the South Side, blah blah blah, and it was cool at first. It was a little humorous, whatever. But after a while, it kind of was getting irritating because I don't, it kind of came off as high testosterone. You know what I mean? As I say it that way, it was just too much testosterone on a woman for a particular guy like me. Even though we wasn't dating or flirting or anything like that, because it was just a small group thing. But it was cool. You know what I mean? But I get I won't say I was irritated because I wasn't irritated. I was enjoying my evening. I just noticed how the lady was just always talking about where she's from, and it just came off not ladylike. You know what I mean? But again, maybe that was her humor. I didn't really dig it. I didn't really feel the humor. But again, because when you're talking about where you're from over and over again, as in, yeah, you know what's up. I'm from the South Side. I'm from the South Side. After a while, it just be like, okay, I get it, but you're a woman. I need you to be a little bit more softer around the edges. You know what I'm talking about? But over and all, she was a great person. Great person. She is a great person, I should say. Both of them are. But that was just my night at the bar last night. So I want to ask you people. I want to ask you, what's your thoughts on the bar scene with women? You know, um, are there any good conversationalists out there? Are you recognizing uh, too much testosterone being shown by our women? Let me know. Leave that in the comments. Are the girls or women you starting to notice um a little too macho, have too much bravado, have you know, let me know what your thoughts are on that. Have you seen any change in things? How many times have you went out to the bar this month? Leave that in the comments. Let's have fun with it. We're not to judge you. All right. Moving right along. Uh Tiny Desk performances, the Tiny Desk series. If you don't know what the Tiny Desk series is, the Tiny Desk series is a series of intimate concerts that set up like a coffee shop record shop, library type thing. Very intimate size though of your great artists, great musical artists. And the most recent one is Young Jeezy. So I was checking out how he was preparing for his Tiny Desk performance. I didn't get to watch the whole thing. I'm definitely gonna dive in and make sure that I watch his performance tonight. But there's been a lot of successful um, uh, Tiny Desk performances, such as the Isley Brothers have done one. Excuse me. Scarface had done one that done seen Scarface gain more um relevancy. Not to say that he's not relevant, because he is one of the god MCs on the microphone. Excuse me, I'm just burping. But it's also giving him an opportunity to go on tour again. So, you know, Tiny Desk performance is definitely dope. I like it. I love the intimacy of the concert setting. And I like to look at the artist and listen to see if they're really into that song. You know what I mean? Something like, soulful. The old folks, you say you gotta have soul. You know what I mean? You gotta make people feel it. The great Tupac was one that was great at making people feel his music. So, I'm definitely looking forward to Young Jeezy, and hats off to Young Jeezy. I know he was in the news this past fall. Him and his wife, you know what I mean? I don't know what's going on, and that's not my business. But I'm cheering for both of them. I think her name is Jenny Mai. They got a beautiful young daughter, and I'm cheering for both of them, man. Whatever they decide to do. But we salute you here at Coffee Talk Podcast, Young Jeezy, no doubt. And make sure, if you don't know about the Tiny Desk concert series, go on YouTube or one of these platforms where you can actually take a look at the past performances. They're great performances. And if you're a music lover, you're going to love it. All right, let's move on to our third segment of the night. Our third segment of the night, we're going to talk about passport boys. That's right, passport boys. What is a passport boy? What's y'all's thoughts on passport boys? Leave that in the comments. Let us know we are here. The comment section is open. So let us know what your thoughts are. But passport boys are guys that are getting their passports and they're traveling to other countries to go chill, enjoy themselves, enjoy some women, possibly even find a wife. A lot of women are getting offended, taking offense that the black men are traveling to places like Pattaya, Thailand, Cambodia, Cartagena, Colombia, um, Brazil, and other places like that. Has the black man gave up on the black woman? I think not. However, what's your thoughts on the passport boys? Here's what my thoughts are on the passport boys. First of all, I think it's beautiful anytime you have the opportunity to leave the United States, especially if you was born here, to just get out to get away. It's definitely a great uh, experience. In all, you know what I mean? It's definitely a great experience. It opens up your mind. You know what I'm saying? That when you get a chance to see the world. Now, I don't like the phrase or the narrative that goes along with the passport boy. I feel like if whatever you do when you realm and walk this planet Earth, you are able to find love. You are able to go find your wife wherever she may be. I just really encourage that she's a melanated woman, no matter what country. But if she's melanated, I really support that. We really support that at Coffee Talk Podcast. And if she's not, whatever works for you, we also support you as well. What is your thoughts on the passport boys? Go ahead and leave a comment Do you think this is just a fling thing? Is it a trendy thing? You know, people really been traveling for years to go meet their wives. I had a grandfather by the name of Herbie, and I remember Herbie had back in the 80s, late 80s, um, had a male wife. That's what they used to call it, a male wife, a MAIL wife, where you start out as pen pals or whatever, and then whenever your comfortability matches or whatever, he may propose to you or bring you from the Philippines, whatever, to the United States, you and your family. So I got to experience observing that from my grandfather. He had a woman from the Philippines. I forgot her name. You know, she was a good woman, but it was just hard to live with my grandfather. He was very, very much an alpha male. Um, and I don't like to throw around the word toxic, but the fact that I know what toxic is, um, occasionally he could be toxic. You know what I'm saying? So in that situation, that doesn't mean that because you're an alpha, you're toxic. But I'm just trying to describe the situation of he had a male wife and things like that. You know what I mean? Would you settle for a male wife? Would you do the passport boy thing? Would you fly to Brazil or the Dominican or Puerto Rico or Pattaya, Thailand, and you know, could you find a wife other than American? What's your thoughts on that? Go ahead and leave us a comment on it. This is Coffee Talk Podcast. Saturday night, cultural Saturday night, grown folks hour. You know what I mean? I was gonna say cultural space. We have that coming up the next day or so. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are on the Passport Boys. All right, let's move right along to sports. I guess they found a site for the big fight. Yeah, that's right. The big fight, WBC fight, is supposed to take place April 20th. It's at the Barclays in Brooklyn, home of the New York Mets. I mean, the Nets. And it's going to be Ryan Garcia at 24-1 with 20 KOs versus Devin Haney. Uh, undisputed and moved up to the 140 division and successfully got a belt at 140 WBC belt when he defeated Regis Prograis. Devin Haney comes in with a 31-0 record with 15 KOs. So this deal is done. They say that they wanted to have the fight in Vegas, of course. However, the camps are saying, Golden Boy camps are reporting that there wasn't no dates available for April 20th in Vegas. I don't know. I don't do no research on the dates, but it would have been great to be in Vegas. But these two guys, again, one's coming from, I think Ryan Garcia is from LA. Somebody let me know. Leave that in the comments. I know Devin Haney's from Oakland. So they're going to fly over to the East Coast. And they're going to be having their much anticipated 140-pound fight for the WBC belt. It's going to be great. They're already pumping up this fight. They met in the hallway. You know how they doing. They're selling the fight. But Ryan Garcia is really, really trying to shed that model boy image. He comes out, he shoves Devin Haney, pushes him and stuff, says he's going to whoop on him. And I just think it's going to be a great fight. Ryan Garcia is very fast. He does have the left hook if he's not allowing you to time it, because you can't time it. You know what I mean? He's not that effective. He had a poor performance trying to do the shoulder roll in his last fight against Oscar Da Corte that he won. But he can connect you. The boy's pretty fast, man. But again, Devin Haney's not new to this. Devin Haney is very hungry. He flew out to Australia twice to fight George Kambosos. He fought Lomachenko, which some people say Lomachenko won that fight. I'm old school. I feel like if you are fighting a champion, you gotta beat a champion, man. You can't just beat the champion on some points. No, you gotta really beat a champion to earn any victory in fighting the champion. You know what I mean? But let me know what y'all's thoughts are on Ryan Garcia again, 24-1 with 3 KOs, taking on Devin Haney with 31-0 with 15 KOs. April 20th at Brooklyn Barclays Center. Who do you think is going to win that fight? Go ahead and leave that in the comments. Let us know here at Coffee Talk Podcast. We want to know so we can put our money up on who you think is going to win. No, I'm just saying. Hey, you remember the mob story, man? Bronx Tale, when Sonny wanted to place a bet, they was on the basement rolling dice, and one of the dudes that just was bad luck, Eddie or whatever his name was, and Sonny threw the dice, and they had to kick Eddie out because Eddie just was bad luck, man. Are you gonna follow our viewers' choices, or are you gonna choose yourself? Who do you think is gonna win? Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney, April 20th. New York. All right, let's go ahead and move right along. Again, if you're just tuning in, this is Coffee Talk Podcast, Grown Folks Social Hour. We're giving you a little bit of humor, a little bit of fun, a little bit of relaxation, and most definitely bring you some flavor. You know what I'm talking about? All right, I want to jump into this, man. And it would have been nice to have a few guests talk about this topic that I'm getting ready to go into. It's unfortunate. It's hip hop, but let's go ahead and discuss it. According to Underground Hip Hop reports that Damon Dash has been ordered to sell 1/3 of his ownership of his Rockefeller shares to pay off 823,000 debt settlement. Um, allegedly, Jay-Z is against him having to sell at 1/3 to a third party. Allegedly, Jay-Z has offered Dame Dash $1.5 million for that 1/3 piece of ownership of his Rockefeller shares. So when I was reading this, I thought to myself, I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and pull up the album. Let's see what it's worth. When was it released? You know what I'm saying? So Reasonable Doubt album actually was released June 25th, 1996. It was certified platinum in 2006, and it sold 1.5 million copies, according to the RIAA, which is the Recording Industry Association of America. So it went platinum, but it's only sold $1.5 million. I don't know if that's true or not. That's what was stated by Underground Hip Hop. But it's unfortunate to see Dame, Jay, and Kareem Biggs Burke in that relationship and how it dissolved. You know what I mean? Rockefeller was very powerful in my day in the 90s, checking them out. It was my favorites. I even liked the groups up under them. You know, I'm a big Beanie Siegel fan. State Property. Shout out to y'all, Freeway. And I would have loved to have seen some more movies, but I do applaud Dame Dash for giving us Paper Soldiers. I do applaud Dame Dash for giving us State Property 1 and 2. I mean, these are just hood classics, but they were great movies. And if you watch them, there's definitely a message in each one of them. You know, but it's sad that when you have two partners such as Dame Dash and Jay-Z, and then to look at them now, it's just sad, man. And also to see how Kanye and Jay done split too. You know, too many times, you know, we all want to make it to whatever it is, and success is definitely defined differently by all of us. But it's very um it's very just like sad when you see brothers start from the mud and then break up over dollars and cents. You know what I mean? I want to look at my phone. Give me 1 second. Hello?
You on the phone?
Yeah, I'm on a podcast. I'll be done in a little bit. All right. Thank you for bearing with me, y'all. Again, I only do that, only answer the phone is Saturday night. So again, it's Grown Folks Social Hour. But what is y'all's thoughts on Dame Dash, man? I remember Dame used to have his little outburst, man, and that's because he was protecting the team. And he's verbally stated that he was protecting his team. Perhaps could he have done things differently? Absolutely. Because you can rub people the wrong way. And when you do that, you're possibly setting yourself up for burning bridges. So it's always good that whenever you are dealing with anything or anything controversial, or you know, you have to put your foot down or you got to get verbal with somebody, it's good to be strategic. It's good to know that there's a time and place to do things. You know what I mean? And I know passion gets the best of us. I really do. But we should always be thinking strategically anytime we move in this on this chessboard that we call life. You know what I'm talking about? Real sad, man. See these brothers do that, man. I want to see Dame win. I'm one of them brothers that want to see Dame win. I would definitely get on the front line with a brother like that, man. I definitely respect him. Dame ain't never been known to fuck over nobody. You know, there's so many fucking losers, people like that in the entertainment business. But Dame ain't one of them brothers that has uh, ever played the culture, sold us out, or anything. So I definitely want to see Dame win, man. That's all. Jay, it's all good, brother. You know what I mean? All right, so let's move right along again. Reasonable Doubt came out June 25th, 1996. And it's certified platinum in 2006. Sold 1.5 million copies, according to the Recording Industry Association of America. Again, leave your comments. Let us know what your thoughts are on you know that lawsuit. All right, our final segment is something that I had got some information. I was scrolling uh, through social media, of course, like I always do, and I ran across a post. This post was by an author by the name Shania Jones. No disrespect to her, you know what I'm saying, but I like to use certain posts as content. I also like to use certain posts as uh, educational, I should say. I'm being real though. You know what I mean? I'm being honest. I love to use things as educational, no doubt. So I ran across this post, and the post stated he had stated somebody shared it. One of my friends shared it, but the original author was Cheyenne Jones, and she stated it says, "Stick with one nigga and don't give up his pussy. It's not hard." I'm gonna say it again, and then we're gonna decipher and break it down. She said, "Stick with one nigga and don't give up his pussy. It's not that hard." And my thoughts are this: men need more than that. It's more to me about your peace, about your mentality, about your purpose, about your productivity, and just me worrying about if I'm the only nigga and get pussy. Pussy has become overrated. It has come. It has become overrated because of the honoring, the lack of accountability, the entitlement, and the attitude that women carry today. Hence, why we were talking about the passport boys in our fourth segment tonight. Do you think that a woman just has to be loyal to you and don't give up your pussy? Is that all you need out of a woman? Go ahead and leave that in the comments here at Coffee Talk Podcast. Let's all talk about it tonight. Or do you need more out of a woman? Let me know what you need out of a woman, definitely leave that in the comments. And please, 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 we ain't trying to hear, well, niggas do it too. No, we just want to hear what your thoughts are. When you hear a post that states, stick with one nigga and don't give up his pussy, it's not that hard. It sounds juvenile, I admit. But since it's been stated, you know, like I said, I think it's more than that. We need more than that. But let me know what your thoughts are. All right. So let me take a sip of this. Woo! I'd like to thank you. And I hope I didn't have you miss your going out. I know some of you iron or doing whatever you do because you're getting ready to go out to the bar. But I would like to thank you for taking a moment to stop by and get you some flavor tonight. That's right. Thank you for tuning into Coffee Talk Podcast, the Coach Over Variety Podcast Show. We are a Coach Over Variety Podcast Show that appears 3 days out the week. We have our alternate days, and days that we do miss a scheduled day, we definitely make up for them. So I'm just going to give you our schedule so that you can catch us on YouTube Live as well as Facebook. And we do have a page called Coffee Talk Podcast with Mashuma Saba. That's me, of course. And you also can check us out on YouTube. So, you can go on YouTube and check us out live. You know what I'm saying? And while you're there on Facebook or YouTube, make sure you subscribe so you can get notification when we have a show. As you know what I'm saying? 'Cause we definitely want to keep you close. We want to keep giving you this flavor. You know what I mean? So, with that, fill those comments up. Let us know what how you, if you like the show tonight. Also, let us know what your answers are to some of those questions. We'd love to hear from you. Now, until next time, I'm gonna go ahead and hit you with the universal peace sign, and I'm gonna say thank you for tuning in to Coffee Talk Podcast, man. We really appreciate that. Signing out, good boy, Mashum Saba Film Saba, and this is the Cultural Variety Podcast Show. See y'all soon, man. Peace and love.